The Sacra Doctrina project is a fraternal society of scholars who are all dedicated to the revitalization of theology in higher education.
Our principal role really is creating a kind of forum for scholars, theologians, philosophers to come together and engage in this robust discussion of ideas.
As a real body or a community of scholars, we hope that we are going to aid the church in its continual contemplation of divine revelation. And it's important that faithful theologians are able to organize, to come together in order to preserve the science of sacred doctrine.
We run an annual conference. We put together satellite sessions for academic conferences. We have a podcast. We are launching a peer review journal. We help to run the Charles DeConnick Project and Thomistica.net, and we're looking at other initiatives as well.
The Sacra Doctrina project was founded about 5 years ago because of a certain level of forgetfulness. There was a group of friends from particularly Ave Maria University's PhD program, but others besides, who very much felt like we needed to remember properly the demands of theology.
And so we spent a lot of time speaking outside of class, joining on each other's porches, to have a drink and to discuss some theological text, just to share ideas, to debate ideas, but always in the spirit of camaraderie and fellowship. And we thought that that was something that was too important to leave behind when we finished graduate studies.
I was recruited by Taylor Patrick O'Neill on Twitter. I don't remember the occasion or what the argument was, but there was some public theological disagreement in which I uncharacteristically was engaging in, and he introduced himself in his direct messages and told me about the Sacra Doctrina project and asked if I wanted to join. And then I joined.
Why? What we've really launched here is an ability to bring all these people who are all over at various institutions, to give them a place to come together and really think about this and sort of rescue theology according to its speculative character and its sapiential unity.
In general, intellectual discourse is often discussed in a historical vein, meaning this guy said this, that guy said that, and you just memorize all the things, but it's not so much about, well, who's right, and what about just what's been revealed? SDP's role is kind of helping move academic endeavors more in the direction of let's return to the sources of revelation. Let's return to the way revelation was received and passed down in tradition and magisterium. Why don't we start with what God said?
Pope Benedict XVI famously said that the thing that's needed most today is a return to the primacy of God. And I think that's the reason why the Sacra Doctrina project is necessary today.
There's almost a presupposition that the faith doesn't matter. But instead we'd like to refocus theology on the realities of our faith. Knowing God, knowing Jesus Christ, the incarnation of God, knowing the reality of sin, but more importantly, the reality of grace.
One of the reasons I find the approach to theology within the Sacra Doctrina project to be so exciting and energizing is that it need not be restricted to one sort of narrow approach to theology. It can welcome many different approaches, be it Franciscan, Thomistic, patristic, but the Sacra Doctrina project can provide a space in which people can come together from all of those various backgrounds and really sort of thrive in an environment based upon the true object of theology as ordered to the worship, the love, and the knowledge of God Himself. That's something I think you just don't find other places, and you can sort of work together to sort of consider what the prudential response of theologians ought to be given the many crises that we face in the world and in the church today.
So what I find most enjoyable about the Sacra Doctrina project is the friendships and collegiality that are rooted in something so much greater than us, namely a consideration of God.
Our friendship comes from the life of grace and the life of study. And in that, you can have some of the deepest friendships because you talk about the most important things together.
What I enjoy most about the Sacra Doctrina project is the camaraderie. Being able to discuss real theological questions with people who have the same interest in them that I do, and being able to try to promote the asking and answering of those questions in the broader academy.
It's good to have that exposure to others who are also good, believing, faithful people, and be able to pursue truth with them.
If you're looking for friends in your quest for the truth, in your quest for knowledge of God, the Sacra Doctrina project is a great place to find them. You will find them here.
We are ennobled, we're enlivened, and we're able to experience this great joy of this common project, which, I feel is in some way kind of small, very small foretaste of heaven.